Given the global macroeconomic scenario for the past 5 years, which includes all your pandemic, the wars, the terrorist attacks, India rising from the fifth to the fourth largest economy, what are the underappreciated sectors which you feel in the near short term, and what are the sectors which you feel are going good for the next long term, next 5 years or 6 years?
Sure. So I think, the longer term, I mean, nothing is easy, but I think we'll start with the longer term. Personally, if you ask me, I think the one sector which is, you can already see early signs of it, was likely to transform significantly and also be a big wealth creator, will I think be everything to do with manufacturing. So when you look at manufacturing, of course, it's a very, very broad space, right? It's not really a sector, it's more a wider theme, really. So, everything to do with, say, electronics manufacturing, everything to do with auto ancillaries, everything to do with, say, defense-related manufacturing. So anything which is about, setting up manufacturing in India to supply to the Indian market and also to have India as an export base, right? Also people who are ancillary to manufacturing. So, logistics and all those kind of things. So I think that in the longer term, that is going to be the biggest transformation. A lot of people are always quite, they are quite skeptical that will we actually become a manufacturing base or not. But I'm pretty confident that, if not for us, not only our efforts, but the external forces will actually ensure that we end up becoming a big manufacturing hub. The reason is because the world is sufficiently invested into us. And because of our consumer force and labor force in the next few years, they'll want to invest more. And I think that will transform. The other reason for this is, just take a simple example. In India, there is a big auto ancillary sector, big auto sector. And so much so that we are actually an export base for some autos and auto ancillaries. If you step back and look at it logically, in 1984, Maruti came to India. For all of us, like I was a kid then, and when Maruti came to India, Maruti cars were imported. Then over a period of time, they started assembling. And I think it took them nearly 20 plus years to become fully indigenized. But what I would tell public at large is that assembly is always the starting point. Today, a lot of people are skeptical saying, so what if Apple phones are made here? They're only assembling. Right? A lot of people say, so what if electronics are made here? They're only assembling. It's not only assembling. Assembling is always the starting point. Then I'll give you an example. Now we've reduced import duties for electric vehicles. So people say, it's just importing. So what if they're reducing the duty? The point is that when you reduce import duties and they start importing those electric vehicles, and then they realize that they're selling a couple of lakh vehicles here, then automatically they'll start assembling. If they start assembling, they'll start manufacturing. So when you become a big market, people will always start by assembling, but that results in deepening of the sector and all the sectors which are ancillary to that.
Ancillary.
So net, I think in the long term, manufacturing is the thing to look at.